Hey, what's up guys, I'm GDCuber and today we've got another unboxing from dailypuzzles.com.au. As you can see here, we've got the GAN 356XS and I've also been sent a Chi-Chi 5x5, so we'll get into this first and get it out of the way before we move on to the most exciting part. Okay, so this cube's in white and it's got Chi's fluorescent bright shades on, as opposed to the half bright ones, and I believe this cube is part of Chi's budget line, so let's just get into first turns. So straight out of the box, this cube is definitely really loose and definitely needs a bit of tightening. However, first turns feel really good and I'm quite surprised at how well this cube seems to be performing for its price tag, which I'll try and put up on screen because I'm not actually sure what it is. But yeah, I'll have to play around with this cube a bit more and maybe tell you some developed opinions on it in the future. Okay, so now on to what you've all been waiting for, the GAN 356XS. So straight away the box looks quite like that of an Apple box, just like this iPhone box. So on the back of the box it's just got a bunch of writing in Chinese, basically telling us the product, and it's in stickless, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, so here we are, and on top of the box we've got the GAN XS collector's card. So here's the cube, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. And then lastly we've got an accessories box, I'm assuming, so let's open this up. So we've got GAN's trademark large pamphlet, a smaller pamphlet, the new dual tensioning system which is replacing what were the classic GES system, as well as some caps which can be replaced to use on the GAN robot in the future, I believe. And then lastly we've just got a nice velvet GAN bag. I use these every day, so it's great to have another one. So with all that out of the way, let's just get straight into the cube. Now the box feels quite weird to open, I felt like I was going to break it then, but I didn't. So that's a nice display box, and interesting that they've changed it for probably like the 4th time now. So let's just get into the cube. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is this cube is incredibly light, like stupidly light, and it's got a matte texture on the cube which I don't know how I'll feel about it. However, at the moment it does feel quite nice, and then the shades on the GAN cube are fluorescent. I'm not sure how well the colours are showing up on this camera, but let's just get into first turns. Okay, so straight out of the box, this cube is really quiet, just like the GAN X, and I'm quite fond of it. So it corner cuts just under 45 degrees on its current tensions, and does line to line in reverse. So let's take a look at the magnetic adjustment system, which is what this cube is supposedly a big upgrade from the GAN X. You don't have to have individual capsules, so you can just flick a switch and change the magnet strength. At the moment they're set to the middle setting, which again I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but these are the medium strength, so I'm going to flick them all over to the strongest setting and see what that's like. Okay, so that did take a bit of time to sort out, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this system of adjustment as opposed to the original system they used on the GAN X. I probably prefer it, but I'll have to play around with it for a bit more, and let's just see what the cube feels like on the strongest settings. Yeah, so the magnets definitely do feel a lot stronger on this setting, and I'll probably keep it on this setting for the time being. Let's take a look at the dual adjustment system. So I'm going to adjust this and see what we can do with it. I'm not quite sure how this works. I believe using this tool it will make the springs more or less compressed, and then these blue things, depending on how you set them and which ones are in the cube, it will change the elasticity as if you're just changing GES in the older GAN cubes. So it feels like there's about 5 settings on this cube, and I guess we'll see what the most compressed setting I believe is. So if I turn that up to 5, so that looks fairly compressed now, I think. I'm going to try and do that to all the other sides. Yes, that definitely feels like it's made the cube a lot more unstable, and it's definitely very interesting how this system works, because it seems a bit more complicated. It seems like it has a few more steps than the GTS Freeze system, and I'll put it back to how it was. Actually, maybe the cube feels a bit more unstable in these settings, so maybe the lower the number setting you have it on, the more compressed the spring is. So I'll have to play around with this for a bit, but at the moment this definitely seems like an interesting system which I'll have to get to know a bit better. But hopefully in my review I'll try and give a full overview on this system and how it works. So I guess I'll just do a quick solve and then tell you some final opinions. Okay. So that solve was definitely very fluid, however I definitely reckon I'll have to tighten up the tensions a bit before I start using this cube, because at the moment it does feel quite loose for me and unstable. I'll just show you what this cube sounds like by switching to my other microphone. So all in all, I would definitely recommend this cube if you want to spend a bit of extra money on a cube. However, for $90, I'm not sure you should just go and pick this cube up randomly. Like I said, watch out for a review in the next, hopefully, month or so. Don't forget to go and check out Daily Puzzles and shop from over 400 speed cubes, and use my discount code GDCuber for 10% off. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.